So we got ourselves what I like to call in the fight business a biggin coming up next week. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury for the WBC, and Tyson Fury's mind, the lineal heavyweight championship of the world. These two are going to square off after their epic first fight, which, left for a lot of controversy. A lot of people were pissed off about this, that it was a draw. I honestly felt it was one of the most appropriate things that could possibly happen in a boxing match for a couple reasons. One, yes, Tyson Fury did the outboxing. He was also nearly knocked dead. And I think you could have gone over those first few rounds and found a couple for Deontay Wilder. I don't think they were dominant performances from Tyson Fury. Honestly, like some of the stuff we were seeing from Luis Ortiz was more clear cut against Deontay Wilder than Tyson Fury was in their matchup. So these guys are going to square off again. It's a complete clash of styles. I can't wait for it. And the thing that's going to be exciting about this is you're going through all of this in 12 rounds, and it feels like you're waiting for a bomb to go off. That's what it's like when you watch a Deontay Wilder fight. You're just waiting for the guy to go in there, hit you with that right hand, and night, it's over. He put down Tyson Fury twice in the past fight and came very close to knocking him out. And a lot of people come back and they say, well, Tyson Fury came back and won the rest of the round. No. Listen to me right now. There's no such thing as winning the rest of the round after that, okay? You got knocked dead. There's no such thing as winning the rest of the round. Oh, I've heard Tyson Fury should have been scored even. No, it shouldn't have. Did I see him get knocked out and have to do the Undertaker? No, I didn't. So no, it shouldn't have been scored even, Tyson Fury. I don't sign up for that. Sorry. Now, look, this fight is very interesting from a couple of standpoints. One, Tyson Fury's coming off a performance where he suffered a gnarly cut. I don't know if you guys saw Tyson Fury's last fight, but he basically did it with his face falling off. And if it wasn't anybody else fighting that fight, a doctor would have stopped it. But they know what they have to do. If it's caused by a punch and they call the fight, that's a loss. So they couldn't have that on Tyson Fury's resume. And so they ended up letting him scrap through it. He ended up getting himself a win. And now we're in the situation where we have these two facing each other yet again. Deontay Wilder's coming off a performance against Luis Ortiz where, look, he went in there, he got outboxed for 6 straight rounds, and then the 7th round came and it was over. Knocked him dead, right on the forehead. I love Luis Ortiz. That's our guy, King Kong. But it felt like when you saw what happened in that fight against Luis Ortiz, it felt like Deontay Wilder was setting up for that the whole time. That's the thing that's interesting. And you guys will get a hint on where I'm leaning in this fight. I'm not trying to hide it. I've become such a monster Deontay Wilder fan as the years have gone on, just because, I feel like I was like a lot of these people who are just like, what boxing skill does he have? He's just a right hand. He's just going in there swinging telephone poles. But one of the things we get lost upon as boxing fans is you get so caught up in people's ability to quote unquote box that you do forget that there are multiple ways to go win a fight. And if you look over his resume, 42 wins, all right? No defeats, 1 draw, 41 knockouts, okay? And was half a second from being another 42nd knockout with 1 draw. That draw being his 42nd knockout with 43 wins. It was a half a second away. A lot of people, the way that Tyson Fury fell, I saw guys fall last night the way Tyson Fury did in that fight. The ref would have just waved it off immediately. So I just think that people have to give Deontay Wilder a little bit more credit for the way he goes about going to win fights. And I think we just got to be comfortable with that. Because if you're gonna go into every one of these Deontay Wilder fights, and even saying he goes out and loses, okay? Let's say the guy goes out and he loses a decision to Tyson Fury and he loses something like 10-2 on the scorecards. You know, Tyson Fury does his Gypsy King dance, peppers him, does the whole jab thing. You know, like it's like Tyson Fury. It's like Shannon Briggs says. He says the Gypsy King. What does he do? He does pitter pat. He goes and does that. Look, I'm not saying it's not an amazing skill set. A guy of that size to go and do that stuff, it's great and it's fun to watch. Is it more fun than watching a dude hit you with a nuclear bomb in his right hand? Not for me. Not for me. Maybe that makes me, maybe that makes me a Neanderthal. I don't know. But I go into this fight, and I think we got to give Deontay Wilder a 43-fight career with 41 knockouts, with being half a second away from his 42nd knockout. Don't we have to give that guy a little bit more credit for knowing how to go win a fight the way he should go win a fight? Don't we? Because if we're going to go this entire time, if you're waiting for Deontay Wilder at 34 years old for him to pick up some boxing skill set, you know, where he's going to be jabbing and moving, sticking and moving. It's not coming, man. That's not how he goes and wins. But I respect it. I like the fact that the guy goes out there and he tries to win his way. So all these people are just like, well, Tyson Fury's going to go and he's going to go box his socks off. He's now got more intel. Well, let's think about this. You're talking about a guy of who in this fight has the smaller margin for error, okay? And a lot of people go and they say, well, obviously it's Deontay Wilder. He's looking for the knockout. Well, does he? Does he have the smaller margin for error? Because I would say the guy who has the old eraser in his right hand, the guy who has the ability to wipe away mistakes, I would say he has the greater margin for error. If anything, Tyson Fury's the guy that's got to be perfect. He's got to be the guy who's got to pitch a shutout, who's got to go in there. Because I got to tell you, you know, if Deontay's able to put any kind of, you know, aggression or put a shot on him or put anything that looks like damage on him, I don't feel like Tyson's going to get those rounds. I think it's the dancing, the elusiveness, the sticking and moving. I think that is the stuff that you get caught up in. But he's got to do it for 12 rounds. I'm not saying that he can't. You know, he was champ for a while. He took the belt away from Vladimir Klitschko that way. Now, bored you to death watching it. It was a terrible fight. I don't know if anybody watched Tyson Fury win the heavyweight championship from Vladimir Klitschko. One of the worst things you'll ever watch in combat sports. It was a horrible fight. Horrible fight. Deontay Wilder, that's why you got to give a guy like that credit. You know, think about a guy like Vladimir Klitschko, right? This guy reigned over the division for 10 years. 10 years reigned over the heavyweight division. Yeah, had his trials and tribulations where got knocked out by Corey Sanders and had some brutal losses. But ultimately, that dude had a death grip on the heavyweight division for a long, long time. Held it hostage in Germany, where he's selling out arenas in the middle of Europe. He, over 12 rounds, was baffled by Tyson Fury. Didn't know what to do. Couldn't let go. Just couldn't do anything to go defend his championship. And Deontay Wilder, while he dealt with a lot of those things, he never let it discourage him that he was going to lose that title to Tyson Fury. Never. Never. In the 12th round, put his ass down, and he needed the touch of God to wake him up from that slumber that Deontay Wilder put him in. And a lot of people forget that he put him down early in that fight also. That it wasn't the only time. He put him down twice in that fight. So, you're telling me that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are going to go into this, and you're trying to tell me that Deontay Wilder, for the first time in his career, taking on a taller opponent, a 6'9" Tyson Fury, which is a big deal to me. You're going in there, and you're taking on a guy who's much bigger than you. Most of the time, you're punching down on people. You're 6'6". You're normally fighting 6'4" guys, 6'2" guys, things like that. And now you get this experience where you have to punch up, and you have to fix your trajectory, and you have to find your range. To me, the guy, if you're going to tell me who is going to take more out of the last fight and apply it to this fight, I'm going to go with Deontay Wilder, because I feel like the lessons he learned were so much more important than the lessons that Tyson Fury learned. Because to me, Tyson Fury is almost going into this with a level of disrespect. You know, he's going into this thinking, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to outbox him. This guy's, this boom, in my level, boom. You know, all this stuff that Tyson Fury throws out there. He thinks that he's going in there and he's gonna have this easy fight on his hands. And a lot of the times when you disrespect guys and you think you have an easy fight in your hands, it's going to leave you open for mistakes. It's going to leave you open for mistakes. And look, think what you want about Dominic Breazeale and Luis Ortiz, about their age, about how good they are. All I know is Deontay Wilder, the 2 fights after he took on Tyson Fury, he left them laid to waste. Laid to waste. This was not a question. This was not a challenge. This was waiting for his opportunity, and as soon as he took it, blam, knocked him out. And so now you're telling me that a guy who always finds your chin with his right hand, always, every single fight he goes into that ring, he finds the opponent's chin. This is going to be the fight where he doesn't. A guy that he just shared 12 rounds with, now he has more experience against Tyson Fury, more experience against his movement, more experience against his range, his size, all of that stuff, all those tendencies. Now you think that's going to mean nothing? No sale for me. So I think Deontay Wilder's going to put him out. I really do. I've thought this since the moment that fight ended. I thought when those guys fight again, Deontay Wilder's going to finish the job. I really believe that. I thought that he was going to get him the first time. And I said, he's taking on a guy for the first time that's going to be bigger with him, and I thought it was going to be a late stoppage. That didn't end up being the case. But this time around, now that he has all of that experience in his mind of what it took that last time he fought Tyson Fury, I just think that this is going to be, I think that this is going to be somewhere in the mid-round, 7, 8, boom. He's going to hit that shot, and Tyson Fury ain't getting up this time. The reason I don't think he's getting up this time either is we can't forget how small Deontay Wilder is, and I say that relatively small Deontay Wilder was for that fight. 209 pounds, sick, losing a ton of weight. A more full-strength Deontay Wilder with the thunderous Thor power that he already has, with a little bit more muscle, with a little bit more regular strength that he normally has in fights. Nah, man. I don't think Tyson Fury's getting up for that. And Tyson Fury's coming out here and goes, second row knockout. Nah. I just don't buy it. That's just gamesmanship. You're telling me Tyson Fury's going to try and go engage and go for the knockout? I just don't buy it. You think he's going to catch him with something? I don't buy it. That's not his game. It's never been his game. His game is mind games. He'll try and talk you into some stuff, but no sale on that. We're back after this.